Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all you soda sippers out there. Focus, stay focused. Now I'm gonna do this. This ain't about sports, but we got to get into this right here. It's about the white woman Justine who has been shot. I repeat, a white woman has been shot by a cop named Muhammad. Let's get into the story.
Thank you for that.
She's the 40-year-old yoga instructor who was shot by cops in her pajamas. It happened after Justine Damon called cops to report a fight in the alley near her home in Minneapolis.
The people outside, I'm calling. She's online with them, or with her now.
When the patrol car arrived, Justine started speaking to the police officer behind the wheel. Suddenly, the other cop, who was seated in the passenger seat, opened fire. The officer has been identified as Mohammed Noor, who became a police officer in 2014.
Brand new cop, pretty much on force for 2 years. Okay, so I'm one police officer who's talking to her on my left side. The police officer sitting on my right side shoots her past me. Hey, let me make sure I heard that again. Because, wait a minute.
Who was seated in the Justine started speaking to the police officer behind the wheel. Suddenly, the other cop, who was seated in the passenger seat, opened fire. The officer has been identified as Mohammed Noor, who became a police officer in 2014.
What?
22-year-old Zach Damon posted this emotional video on Facebook.
My mom is dead because the police officer shot her for reasons I don't know, and I demand answers.
The cops were wearing body cams, but they were not turned on. Minneapolis Mayor Betsy Hodges.
I have a lot of questions about why the body cameras weren't on.
Okay, so the body cameras weren't on. The body cameras were not on at all. Sometimes they don't have the sound on, other times they don't have just the visual on. Now, this became a law because of Philando Castile. You know what I'm saying? That's why they made it a law. You have to have your body cams on. And there are certain situations where the body cam doesn't have to be on, but on a routine, call like this. And the reason why the young lady called and she was a yoga instructor. She was also from Australia. That's not a good look, America. But the reason why she calls because two people were fighting outside in her yard. Or not in her yard, outside in the street behind her house. So she was like, hey, there's some people, calling you. If you ever call the cops, they want to talk to the person who called. So she's just relaying the information, and this cop opens up and fires past the other cop and shoots this woman. Now, the reason why I'm going into the story's on World Star, it's all over the news. Let me get to this other part here.
Why the body cameras weren't on?
Cops in Minneapolis were issued the body cams after the shooting of a black motorist, Philando Castile, in the suburb last year. Justine was planning to marry fiancé
one more time for that.
Minneapolis were issued the body cams after the shooting of a black motorist, Philando Castile, in a suburb last year. Justine was planning to marry fiancé Don Damon next month. He choked with emotion as he spoke outside their home.
But he did.
The death of Justine is a loss to everyone who knew her. She touched so many people with her loving and generous heart.
The moment you change your mind, you begin to change your brain.
She was a New Age healer who posted her lectures on meditation to YouTube. In this video, Justine, an Australian, talked about moving to the US 3 years ago.
I also have just moved from Sydney to America and had only been in the States for a few weeks, had moved my whole life over.
Her neighbors held a moving vigil for Justine and left a memorial of hearts chalked on the sidewalk along with this placard. Why did you shoot and kill our neighbor and friend?
Let me tell y'all something. There's going to be hell to pay for shooting that woman right there. There's going to be hell to pay for shooting that white woman right there. Now, usually when a cop shoots a white woman is because that white woman is wielding a knife. She's driving in a way that can easily, kill someone. And then sometimes they don't, because they just had a woman do that. And she ran into the cop car twice. And even the people were like, shoot that woman. And they didn't shoot her. It was a black person. They would shot him quickly. We've seen it over and over and over again. Where the black guy is, a guy in Cincinnati. They shot him. Then there was another guy. He was, pulling out. They shot him dead. He wasn't even nowhere from harming the police officer. And they both got hung juries. Or the one case got a hung jury, and the cop lied and said he thought he was in danger. So they can kill us. They can kill us just walking down the street and just kill us. And it's justified, and it's already happened. If you don't believe that, there's a cop who walked up to two people, and he just pulled over and shot the girl dead, and shot the guy too, and he blocked one of the shots with his hand. The cop shot his hand. He said, I thought he had a gun in his hand because, his cell phone, he thought his cell phone was a gun. He's like, and the dude, they interviewed him, he's like, how was my cell phone a gun? Like, you can't tell the difference between the cell phone and a gun. So they can, and he got away with it. They can just pretty much walk up to us and just shoot us, make something up. However, when you shoot a white person, that usually takes some extra effort on the white person's side. The white person has to, I'm going to tell you something. I've seen white people do some, they had a story where these two white guys, this one kid had to be in his early 20s, got stopped by the police, he got out the car, he started firing at the cops, blah, 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 blah. Then his dad pulled up, started firing at the cops too, blah, blah, blah. Both of them are in custody. Captured. Both of them in custody. And they hit one of the cops. Custody. Like, how much more in danger do you need to be? And you shot a cop. Custody. Black person doesn't even have a weapon. Like this kid they just shot recently, he was tied up, hands behind his back. Him and his girlfriend already apprehended. The kid was 15. They shot him in the back. He's already down on the ground, apprehended. This just happened about a week ago. Shot him right in the back. Here comes a bunch of kids. I don't want to deal with this. But nonetheless, whenever a white person gets shot and killed, it has to be some extra to kill, for a cop to kill. Like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to purposely shoot, not to wound you, but I'm going to kill you. Look, and being that this dude's name is Muhammad is not going to help. I think it was a setup. I think it was a setup by the powers that be. Look, and probably somebody's going, how can it be a setup? She's the one to call the police. But the police can send who they want to your doorstep. What? Say what? What? Where you at? I know, Donald, you got something to say about that. But you know I'm right. They can send who they want to reply to your call. Especially if it's not an emergency. 911, what's your emergency? What's your emergency? There's just some people fighting outside. Are there any weapons involved? Nah, it's just a little argument, a little scuffle. Please ride out, send a unit out. Joe, Jimmy, go on out there and see what's going on. What neighborhood is it? Predominantly white. No big deal. We'll go out and quell the situation. No, you go out and you shoot a white woman at point blank range. you, and here's what really gets it is, You shoot past your partner. So you endangered him too. One wrong move and he could have got shot easily. Are they gone? No, they're still there. Tell me that ain't true. You're shooting within a foot of your partner. Blam, blam. Nah, something's going on here. They're gonna say she had a weapon. Look. Here's what they're gonna do. They are going to look. This is the one time where you're gonna see being a cop is gonna turn over on its head, because they're going to blame the cop, and then they're going to look at the nationality of the policeman, and they're going to say that he had some ties with Al Qaeda, or I'm telling you, they're going to say he was a mole. They're going to say he was he was unstable. Look, I'm telling you, they're about to dip all off into his background. They're going to say, not Al Qaeda. Who we fighting against now? Because Al Qaeda's, we created them and we killed a bunch of them. We're still killing a bunch of people because we felt like taking their oil. But who's that? Who we fighting against now? Whoever it is, we done made up and we want to fight against now. They're gonna say it's those people. You know what I'm saying? Whatever one of them Arab nations we feel like robbing. Let's go take their stuff. Let's look around the globe and see whose stuff we're gonna take now. What are these guys doing? Gaddafi, what's he doing? Let's go kill him. I don't like the guy anyway. Him and that funny hat. Let's go shoot him. What are they gonna do? Bunch of Africans, they're not gonna do nothing. Let's go kill them. They don't have any bombs. We'll be all right. We told them they couldn't use any weapons of mass destruction, but we can. Let's go blow them up. Kill about 100,000 of them. They'll be too afraid to ever do anything again. They'll be afraid to look at America wrong. Let's go kill that guy. Look at that, Saddam Hussein. What's he got? We know he doesn't got any WMDs, but we're gonna lie and say he was a threat to, I don't know. He was a threat to somebody. My mom, wrote my mom a bad letter. Said he didn't like her cornbread. Let's go kill him. Kill about 100,000 of those guys. Take their oil. Well, we have plenty of oil here. They start fracking. They found out we got a bunch of it here. Dick Cheney. I'm trying to tell you, they're going to blame this on this guy's family, and they're going to hang him. They're going to prosecute the crap out of him, and they're going to make him an example. Sipping on that 30 bad. I'm telling you right now. And the Australian people, listen, this woman was still a citizen of Australia. Who is our allies, by the way? American allies. The Australian people are going to be like, what in the Sam Hills is going on? And they're going to want some answers. How did an Australian come over there and die by the hands of a police officer who was a yoga instructor, who taught how to meditate and heal yourself, and had no weapons, didn't raise her voice, wasn't flailing her arms, did not one bit of aggression towards either of the officer, and the officer in the passenger side shot her through the driver's side window? How do you even begin to equate that? Okay, for one, you're calling the officer who was speaking to her completely inept, because there was a dangerous situation that he couldn't handle, so you handled it for him. Hey, you didn't see her. She had a yoga mat. She had a yoga mat in her back pocket. She was reaching for it, and she was about to hit you with the downward facing dog. You didn't realize it, so I just went ahead and saved your life because she would have hit you with the rising sun move, and that would have been it. You would have been all flexible. You'd have been flexible for the rest of your life, and we can't have you out here being flexible. I'm not making jokes, but it's just unfathomable. It's just completely unfathomable how this white woman died. And I'm gonna tell you something, all you white people out there, I'm gonna tell y'all something. All you white people who think that the government is on your side, you are fooling yourself. You better go back in history and look how the government will kill its own. Okay, American government, the English, you guys came from England. Okay, they've been hacking and murdering and guillotining y'all long before they even knew that we existed. Okay, so let's wake up to that, because they'll nuke y'all in a minute. They will nuke you in a freaking heartbeat. I'm just trying to tell y'all, we all peasants according to them. you think peasant has a color? Peasant is a financial status. you better recognize where your social and financial status is and who you be. I said it before, for all you people who think you run around millionaires, and when the fits hits the shan, that they're gonna save you, they're gonna send you that letter and say, hey, you need to go ahead and get on out of where you at? Kentucky? Yeah, you need to get out of Kentucky. Where you at? New York? Upstate? You in Long Island? Yeah, we're about to blow all that up. Yeah, we're about to blow all that to hell. Manhattan, Statue of Liberty, yeah, that's going to be gone for a 300-400 mile radius. We're about to drop a hydrogen bomb on them. Just because we want to thin out the population and we want to reestablish the financial system. As long as we have the World Bank, we can always create another AIG, but we're just going to go ahead and sink all of Manhattan. We're just, yeah. So if you got any friends in New York and you're living in Kentucky, we're just telling you, you need to move all the way out to Nebraska right now. Like, if you're not on a plane by 2:30 the next day, then the plume will catch up to your plane if you caught at 2:31, and it will converge, the plume will converge on your plane as you're taking off and snatch your ass right back down to the ground and completely obliterate you. I'm just letting you know. Because it's going down. If you white folks think that they're going to send y'all a letter just because y'all got a couple $100,000 in the bank, the government is its own race. It's its own race, not its own species. The species is human, but the government is its own race. Just like the Vatican is its own state. You better recognize that the Vatican is its own established state. That's it. Just that one small plot of land. It's a state. The government is its own race. I know y'all listen to me, but I hope y'all listening to me. When it goes down, they're not going to send us a bunch of lottery numbers and saying, that here are the few people who's going to get to go and climb in the hole and survive out the nuclear storm that's going to last for, 2 years? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Y'all better wake up. We're on our own. And we all need to stick together, because they are blowing up white people left and right, just like they're blowing up black people. What that cop did was not an accident. And the repercussion of that is going to be, it's going to trickle out and touch people's lives that had nothing to do with it. The cop killings, period, are affecting people who haven't had a run-in with a cop ever. They are running scared because they see how these children are getting murdered and nobody's taking any accountability. These kids who have a water gun, or like parents are taking water guns from their kids. What are you doing outside with a water gun? Remember when it used to be safe to run around with a water gun? Not anymore. If I had a son and I found him and he had a water gun, I would be in a panic. I'd be like, no. I don't care if it's bright blue, bright green, and orange. I don't care if it has Nerf written. No. Nope, you better play with this basketball, this football. No guns. None. All a cop got to say is, I thought he had a real gun and he pointed at me, even though it's bright green and bright orange and it says Nerf on it. I feared for my life. I thought I was going to get I thought he was going to nerf me. I didn't want to get nerfed, so I shot the crap out of him 3 times. Made sure he was good and dead. And did he die? Yeah, he died. Yeah, I did a good job. There are good cops and bad cops, but you can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference between who's who. When a cop rolls up to your door, you don't think, I'm about to get killed. Well, that was, 4 or 5 years ago you didn't think that way. Now, cop rolls up out here, I'm looking like, who is going to kill who? We had some cops out here the other day. I was not happy to see them. They weren't even looking for me, but I kept thinking, somebody's about to get murdered. Nobody did. But it's a damn shame that that went through my head. Just trying to tell y'all. All individuals who are Americans, we're all on our own. Sorry that your mom died, bro.